He breathes deep. The sea's ancient rhythm steadies his soul. Beneath towering white sails, Captain Briggs watches the endless Atlantic. Salt air bites his wool coat as he scans the swell's each shadow. A promise or peril. He smiles faintly, knowing he's exactly where he belongs. Inside the mahogany cabin, time slows with the sea's rhythm. A brass compass holds true north. Briggs moves calmly, tracing the ship's path through golden hour light. He smiles. He knows what he must do. Okay, the user wants me to condense a descriptive text into exactly 15 seconds of spoken word, which requires about 37 words. The original text has a moody, atmospheric tone, with Briggs in a dark cargo hold, checking manifests, noticing. No one answers his call. The wind tore loose the lifeboat on December 4th. Briggs stood frozen at the rail, coat whipping, staring at empty seas. Inside, the compass spun wildly, no direction. No answer. He called out. He knows this is the moment everything changes. Golden hour glows as a distant ship cuts through overcast skies. Briggs stands silhouetted, eyes locked on the approaching hull. The compass lies still, its glass catching faint light. He knows this is the moment everything changes. He knows what's coming. Dawn breaks over calm seas as First Officer Spencer marches toward the drifting Brigantine. His brass compass points true, needle steady. The silence weighs more than the wind. He knows what's coming. A single journal lies open, ink faded but legible. We were not lost. We were chosen. No. Spencer steps onto the creaking deck, dust swirling in shafts of golden light. Faded wood gleams. Railings stand empty. The silence is heavy, broken only by the creak of wood and the whisper of wind. Inside the captain's quarters, Spencer surveys scattered logs and journals under golden light. 2 investigators stand guard. He pauses by the compass, gazing past the porthole to the endless horizon. The sea whispers secrets. Only the wind knows. The Brigantine glides on calm seas beneath a pale sky as Spencer returns to the open water. Shadows stretch across the deck. The brass compass stays steady. He turns east, eyes fixed on the He knows this isn't just a compass, it's a key. The mystery washes ashore on New York's bustling piers. Investigator Deacon walks the weathered docks, suit stark against the crowd. On his desk, a brass compass stands upright, polished, silent, glowing in the harsh light. He knows. The room holds its breath. Across the Atlantic, the inquiry unfolds in a grand Victorian chamber. Deacon enters, tension thick in the air. The brass compass points true north on the desk. He turns toward the archives. The room holds its breath. Condensed text. Decades fade into quiet archives, where archivist haze moves through towering shelves, tweed-brushing brass drawers. On the table, a brass compass points true north steady, silent, guiding his hands through fading records, seeking what time tried. He does not smile. Lindley stands in silence, white coat stark against cold metal, glass equipment humming. The brass compass points north unchanged, unyielding. Behind him, the naval center rises, clinical, vast. He does not smile. New text. Electronic hum replaces creaking wood as analysts trace the wreck on glowing sonar. Thorne strides past the console, his uniform catching warm light. A brass compass stands steady, needle true to north uniting century. A single tear escapes, tracing a quiet path down her cheek. Modern submersibles dive into crushing depths, telemetry glowing on walls. Director Chen, blazer sharp, stands still, compass needle true north. She turns toward the museum, Silent tears fall. The final chapter rests in glass cases under quiet halls. Curator Cross walks marble floors, suit glinting in stark light. On his desk, a brass compass stands firm, needle true, to north capturing the fading glow of an enigma solved.